Wife had been flirting with her co-worker. She said she would stop, but it just happened again. Is there any future in this relationship? My wife and I have been married for slightly more than 3 years now. Last Christmas, I found she had been having a long conversation with a co-worker of hers, in which they talked about having had sex multiple times and that they couldn't wait for the next one. The guy said he was going to book a hotel near their office right after Christmas. In this conversation, when he said he was looking forward to seeing my wife, she would reply with things like, "I'm looking forward to much more than just seeing you," etc. You get the idea. Overly flirty and sexual. When I confronted my wife, she denied the conversation existed. After deleting it, she showed me her phone to prove it didn't exist. But I had taken a few pictures. She then said it was all virtual and they never did anything physical. To prove she was right, she messaged her co-worker in front of me asking if he had booked the hotel. He replied, "Not yet." She then asked if he was really expecting them to meet, to which he replied negatively. She promised they would never talk again and I agreed, simply because I love her a lot and wanted to trust her. But in my mind, I wasn't completely sure she had been honest. For a few weeks, I must admit, I checked her phones a few too many times, so she changed her password, which I was fine with because I was probably being too paranoid. This week, I picked her phone up because I needed a code that had been sent to her phone number. I didn't even need to unlock the screen to get it. To my surprise, under the message with the code, there were other messages from the same guy. One of them was an audio, the second one was a shirtless photo of himself in front of a mirror, and the third one said, "sweaty," and a few emojis with the tongue. I confronted her since she had promised that they wouldn't talk ever again, and she said he just wanted to show her he's going to the gym to show progress. But the rest of the times they talk it's just about work and that it is just a coincidence. I asked her to show me the rest of their messages, but she said she had mistakenly deleted their conversation history. My wife says she's going to change this time and that I never really forgave her and that's why she kept talking to the guy. She says this time she's really going to stop, but I have a hard time believing it. Or even if she does stop, I fear when things don't go so well between us, she'll do it again. I really love her, but can't keep living like this. Is there any situation in which this can work? What would you do?
I've taken the liberty of rewriting your post. My wife, who has previously slept with a coworker multiple times, has been texting that same coworker about having some more sex. I confronted her about this, and she said it was all virtual and nothing happened. Then she continues to message the same coworker and have more sex. I discovered topless photos of that coworker on my wife's phone. My wife apologizes and again tells me nothing is happening. Do you think my wife is cheating on me? Run. Save yourself. Sweetie, listen. Your gut is telling you the truth. Your wife isn't. Get out now before it gets any harder to escape. You aren't in a marriage, that isn't a loving relationship. You are caught in a trap, and you are slowly bleeding out. The only future there for you is misery. You deserve so much better. Someone else posted that you need to get a lawyer. Yes. Protect yourself from her. Go to therapy, because more damage has been done than you realize. Don't let her take any more of your life from you. Please. You are being naive to think more isn't going on. Bet anything they have a code word to signal you reading the text. This relationship has long been over. Your wife is super shady. Sorry you are going through this. Okay, so first things first, do you have any kids? If not, then there is really no preparation needed and you really should leave. Your wife is lying to you for sure. I would venture to say that they have hooked up and had sex. But here is the thing. Even if she is being honest with you and she has never met this man outside of work, first she still presumably sees him at work, I will let your mind wander. Also, she lied to you when confronted about the situation. She was carrying on an emotional affair with this guy and didn't feel any guilt or remorse. In fact, she went back to doing it again after she told you she wouldn't let it happen any longer. Now that to me is being very charitable to her. Ask yourself what you are willing to live and put up with. Do you want to look back 3 to 10 years from now when she serves you with divorce papers because she just isn't happy and texting some guy isn't getting it done anymore? I don't know, this is how I see it with all of my wisdom. I truly wish you luck, my friend. I'd have been done the first time it happened. I've been cheated on and lied to about it, and it sucks. This is borderline emotional cheating, and I wouldn't have any of it, particularly because you already gave her a chance and asked her to stop and gave her the benefit of the doubt, and yet she still continued to do this shit to you. She isn't worth it. Get out of there while you still can. I'm so sorry this is happening to you. I've been in a very similar situation, and my partner just became better with hiding everything. She knew it was wrong last Christmas, and she is still letting this guy send half-naked photos of himself to her. You don't deserve that, no one does. You asked her about it, and she said that it didn't happen. That was a lie. You then tell her that you have photographic evidence and poof, suddenly her story changes. Your wife has lied, then made up more lies to cover up her lies, and you are asking if you should believe her ? I cannot believe that you would consider her trustworthy about anything. Being cheated on cuts so deep. Welcome to a long road of recovery. You are walking it with many, many other humans. We are all looking for peace and healing. You are not alone. Even after this post loses relevance or gets locked, I won't forget about you because your pain is mine, and my pain is yours.